Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another video on the Luderco Arms channel. So, let's talk about getting triggered. And no, I don't mean this. What we're going to talk about are the different semi-automatic triggers available and what you can expect out of them and how they work. Now, I'm going to try to thread the needle of what YouTube allows, which is not much. So I can't show installing any of these. And they have strict rules saying that you cannot show anything, any modification that increases the rate of fire of your gun. But the good thing for us is that it's all gone through the court system, so binary triggers and super safeties, or FRTs, forced reset triggers, have been deemed illegal, and you can buy guns with them already installed, meaning that you're not modifying anything. So let's us take a look at the different ways this works. So here I've got 3 AR pistols. Now this one's a standard semi-automatic, this one has a super safety in it, and this green one is a binary. So your standard semi-automatic, as most of y'all probably know, let me get this set up where I can do this. It's always fun trying to film and do things without anybody to help me film and do things. Alright, so with your standard semi-automatic, let me get where I can, here we go. Alright, with your standard semi-automatic, you'll notice this rifle is unloaded. Chamber is clear. You have 2 positions. Safe, does not fire. Fire, when you pull the trigger, drops the hammer, and when you release the trigger, when it drops the hammer, your bolt's going to run, firing a round. And then when you release the trigger, you'll hear it reset. That click right there, I'll do it again, is pulling the trigger, fires, bolt runs, and releasing the trigger, you'll hear it reset. So that is how standard semi-automatic trigger works. So let me put that up, because, and we will take a look at the binary and also at the super safety. So be right back. Okay, now that we've looked at one semi-automatic trigger, let's take a look at another semi-automatic trigger. Now this is what's known as a super safety, or a forced reset trigger. And you'll notice that there is no lever here. When you're equipped with this, the safety is a slide in and out, and it's got 3 positions. So all the way towards you, sticking out like that, is safe. Trigger will not pull. All the way the other way, if you push it all the way in, then it works as a standard semi-automatic. So you pull the trigger, and then you have to release it for it to reset. Then in the middle is the forced reset part. And how this works is if you fire it, you pull the trigger, and I don't know if I can do this where you'll be able to see it. Let me set it up just right. I've got to get this where I can hold it steady. So when you fire it around, the bolt's going to run, and it resets the trigger. It forces the reset. Let me see if I can. It's kind of hard to see unless I can hold all of this still. So let me see if I can get right here. Okay. So gotta charge the charging handle. So when you pull the trigger, now if you watch right here as I pull this charging handle back, hopefully you'll be able to see that it will force, see right there, it forces that trigger forward, and then that resets the trigger so it's ready to fire again. So basically what it's doing is forcing you to release the trigger and allow it to reset. And that's how that works. I wish I could show you how to install these, because it would make a lot of sense. You'd see it easier. So now this one has a binary trigger, and the binary trigger still has the swing lever like a standard. This one happens to be ambidextrous. So if you're in safe, let me charge it. So if you're in safe, trigger doesn't pull. You put it in the standard semi-automatic position, and when you release the trigger, you'll hear it reset. And then what the binary does, let me charge it again. Okay, so when you put it in binary, it's going to fire when you pull the trigger. The bolt's going to run. You'll feel it push your finger back a little bit. And then when you release the trigger, it's also going to fire. So, now it'll fire, and then you're ready to go again. So you pull the trigger, fires, then you release the trigger, it fires. So the way that this fits into the law is the law says that semi-automatic fires 1 round per manipulation of the trigger. So with the forced reset trigger, it works exactly like a standard semi-automatic, except that it's forcing your finger forward rather than you having to release the trigger. It's forcing your finger forward. The binary fits into the law because pulling the trigger is one manipulation of the trigger, and releasing the trigger is a second manipulation of the trigger. So let me get a magazine, and we'll carry these outside to the range, and I will show you how they work when you shoot them. Be right back with that. Okay, we're now outside, and right out that way, you can't see it because there's vines and everything growing all over it, but I have a wood and dirt berm, and actually have a target rack and everything, but the dang vines have grown over it. So this is an actual range, and it is safe to shoot at, YouTube. And I have a standard 17 round Glock magazine. It is not a 30 round magazine, YouTube. Anyways, if y'all are wondering, I'm trying to get this video to not be demonetized because obviously that would be not good. So first we'll try out the binary trigger, and I'll show you how it works. So we're going to insert our magazine. And cock our rifle. And what's going to happen is I've got it on safe right now, so we'll test fire that. Nothing happens. Then we put it on semi. So it works just as normal. Then we'll put it in binary, and I'm going to pull the trigger and not release it. Okay, so I'm holding the trigger down, so when I let go of the trigger, it's also going to fire. So make sure I'm in frame here. Pull the trigger, fires. Let go of the trigger, fires. Just like that. Now, here's something you need to know. When you pull the trigger and it fires, and if you're holding the trigger down and you get a ceasefire on the range, continue holding the trigger down and flip your safety back to safe, and then it will not fire when you release the trigger. Then you can put it back on, and there you go. That's how the binary trigger works. So if you buy one with a binary trigger, that's what you're going to get. Now we're going to clear that. Let me grab my round that came out. Well, that's unfortunate because I saw it. I got to find my live round that I just ejected. I'll be right back. All right. So we're going to do the Super Safety equipped one, or FRT. Super Safety is just another name for a forced reset trigger. All right, so we're going to have it on safe. Which is all the way to you. And a lot of these on ARs, you cannot put it in safe until you cock it. So now we're cocked, we're in safe, and make sure I'm in the frame here. Nothing happens. So if we push it all the way in, remember it's a push button, that should be semi. So semi. Then we put it in the middle. Now remember, with it in forced reset, what's going to happen is as the bolt runs, it's going to force that trigger forward against your finger and make it reset. So when you pull it again, it'll be ready to fire. So let me show you what that looks like. If that don't put a smile on your face, nothing will. And remember, the court has deemed that that is a semi-automatic trigger. So that is what you can expect. Let me get these off. So that is what you can expect if you buy one of the ARs that are already equipped with either a super safety or a binary trigger. I wish I could show you deeper how they work, how to install them and all that, and I may do, you know, if enough of y'all want me to, I'll do a video of it. It'll just probably get demonetized, and we don't really want that. But, you know, as long as the channel doesn't get a hit, I don't care. I'm not really making any money off of YouTube anyways. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm looking for my brass. So that is it. Hopefully this has helped some of y'all understand what you're getting and what you're looking at with the different styles of binary versus super safety. And you'll be able to make a better decision when you're buying a rifle or pistol. So I appreciate y'all watching and supporting the channel, and it doesn't hurt if you like and subscribe. That helps. Everything helps. Make a comment, what have you. And if you want me to go deeper in depth with these, I will. Just leave a comment saying so. Like I said, I'm right now I'm just trying to skirt around the rules and keep this where YouTube doesn't demonetize it, but hopefully they won't. Anyways, appreciate y'all watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Y'all have a good one.